Are you ready for Fresh 10?
Probably not.
Well, here it comes anyway.
Yo, can we kick that one more time? Let's go. I'm fresh. I'm fresh.
All right, here we go. Fresh 10 with Dr. James
Oh, look
White.
at the time. Wow, look at the time.
So here's the first question, man. What chance do the Cowboys have of being in the Super? Oh, no. That's
no chance.
Wrong question.
Here's a good one, maybe helpful for some. How should a married couple with differing views on baptism, so Paedo-Baptist or Credo-Baptist, how should they go about finding a church?
They should just find the best Reformed Baptist church they can and join.
Next question.
Boring. Now, I will say, I have sat under some boring preaching. I have sat under boring teaching. I have been guilty of preaching boring sermons at times. But the reality is...
He agrees with you.
I would say I also don't think I was a bad kid. I was obviously very sedentary. I didn't really do much of anything. I read and played video games.
He was really allergic to sports. He broke out in hives.
Shortness of breath.
No diagnosis of asthma, though, because in order to be diagnosed with asthma, you'd have to do some cardio. I'm kidding. He's
a stress test
you
for me.
You just didn't like sports.
Yeah. or most generally any activity that was
on my legs.
What are some of the things you might see if it's an unhealthy church? What do you immediately, what's is a red flag in your mind? You walk in and boom, this happens, or you see this in the service and you think, this is not good. This is an unhealthy church.
Joel Osteen in the bookstore.
You mean like personally or one of his books?
I mean,
we need to be very mindful of what's happened historically. Mm-hmm. And so you think about Finney, you mentioned Finney, you see that language that he was using, like waves, and then you see that
Finney literally said waves and waves of liquid love.
Yeah.
That's a Finney quote.
We should just name this episode of the podcast that.
Waves and waves of liquid love.
Hey, baby. Do you feel the waves and waves of liquid love? Oh, yeah.
Liquid love.
That's just nasty, man.
There's a teaching I do on why you should never discipline your child. And, yes.
Yeah.
And
another washer shocking statement.
Yeah.
And when he's not doing all those other things, he just sits there for the I don't always, but when I do meme.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's basically what he does right there. Right there.
That's funny.
Joel,
that's pretty much it.
Thanks for coming back on Cross Politic.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I don't always write statements on Christian nationalism, but when I do, I steal people's font. Now that wasn't my decision, to be honest. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
You brought it up.
So we did that, and it was not appreciated, which really was not shocking. I would not have made that decision myself, but that's the way it went. And then we quickly, within hours, changed the font because I long for a day when a statement can be judged on the character of its content and not the color of its font. I just long for that day.
That was funny. Good. That's funny.
As I'm becoming a teenager, I started dating my wife the same year Jocelyn got married, which was 2013.
Ooh, let's
16?
pray your wife is not listening to this later on.
16. Final answer.
You're saying you started dating your wife in 2016, is that correct?
Yes.
You're sure about that answer?
Wait, you started dating your wife in 2016?
Wait, 2000? Nope, 2006.
That was 5
Thank
years
you.
ago.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
Sorry.
2006 for the win. That is correct. That's when I got
Justin's
married.
the one with his associate's degree in math, so I'm really bad.
All right, I thought that I was really bad with math, but
He is correct. In 2006, I married my beautiful wife, and that is when he and his beautiful wife started dating. That is correct.
okay, good that we have Justin here.
Wait till I tell his wife that they've only been dating for 5 years. She's
2016 was the year that the nation's political landscape changed for forever. I remember that now.
Oh my gosh.
To me, that's far more important than whether you agree or not on when to baptize people.
If the Credo Baptist parent holds out long enough, eventually your child will grow up. Don't take that's not good advice. Don't take that.
Boy, I'm tempted to say something, but I better not.
Yeah, for me, it was really trying to grapple with, again, being in that 4-point Calvinist environment, trying to grapple with all of the theological heroes that I was listening to. I was listening to, Dr. James White, people who were part of the G3 ministry.
So let's get this clear.
Here we go.
So James White was one of your heroes.
Yeah, man, that's my guy.
Oh man, James is gonna.
This is a new clip on social right here.
I can see it now. James is gonna use this. I mean,
see, I respect him. He'll come to my defense. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, all right.
I'm not worried about it.
In 2023, I mean, especially Baptists are, which I welcome the conversation. Baptists are starting to get so involved in this conversation. But this is, we weren't having these debates as a church 10 years ago. We were having maybe pre-mill debates, post-mill, that kind of stuff. Why is it happening now?
I think Baptists are tired of being the cause of transgenderism. I think Baptists, we're just tired of that. And so there's a bit of penance.
Come on.
Third thing that brings me joy is, I grouped too much. All the things that bring me joy are in those first two groups.
Your hair, definitely your hair. Watch this. You ready for this? I did this with the coats.
To the man, verse 22, then the man says, this is the last bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called. Why? Because before the anesthesia, he was naming stuff. Amen? He was naming stuff that the Lord put him to sleep, and he woke up and said, This one right here, right? I mean, the rest of that stuff you made, just good job. But this one right here, this one's mine right here, right? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Come here, woman. Y'all got to excuse me, right? I've been away from my wife for a couple of weeks, and she and my children are in the air right now. They're gonna be landing in Miami in a couple of hours. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, and since we're recommending products, I'll just recommend my coffee mug here. Oh, actually, how do you get one of those?
Yeah, well, you can buy one of these mugs on g3min.org.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going to have to ask. Christmas gift.
It took me a while to get one of these too. Virgil got the first one.
Easy breezy. You didn't have to bring that up at all.
Be so encouraged. I'm sure Dr. Beeke could say that. You probably know the quote better than I do, but the pastor.
One eternity later.
And he goes, I can enter in with them. And I probably didn't get all that right, but you get the point.
It was really Manasseh.
Yeah. I knew he would know that. I just always hate it when I talk to him. I'll bring up something and, paraphrase it, and he'll go, he'll quote it completely and then give me, that's in Flavel chapter 1, page 692, right on the right, I think, second column. And me, I'm just happy I could read the book.
You're making all that up.
Oh.
That's why I said.
Actually, it's a wonderful story because.
See, no. Presbyterians are just Reformed Baptists who can read.
Well, Reformed Baptists believe in everything Presbyterians believe in. They just forget the water.
No, we didn't. We just need more of it.
He's never read John 13. Peter says, if you wash my feet, you've washed me completely. Don't need the whole water.
And then the one, look, there's a lot of water here. We get baptized.
Hey, Graham, isn't this over? Are we past time now?
Hey, now you guys know what it's like when it's just us and you're not around.